Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 38, where we finished the setup for our fissile fuel production line. And it's 100% modular, which, well, we'll explore later on in other episodes. Let's jump right into this episode. Before we get into this, deep into this episode, guys, let's see what this guy has for us. Nothing useful. Actually, he has orange tulips, which I needed a few orange dyes for one of the things I want. Do you get to live long enough to give me 12 of those? Alright. I wanted to make some dye seeds here real quick because I wanted to speed up a production. Yeah, we need 3 of those. Okay, so back to dyes. So yeah, figure make some dye seeds. What tier is that? Tier 2, so essence. And one more of these. There we go. And yeah, I figured make these on stream so you guys watch. Today we're gonna finish up the one stuff, the making of the fluid, the hexafluorite, and speeding them up. But I noticed one of the things we need is fluorite, and we only have like 98,000 of that, which is more than enough till the end of this series. But you know, it's always better to have more than enough. We need a cyclic processor, a augment. I need 2 of these and 1 of these. Get these in here. This in here. All right. Set this all up. Okay, that's fine for right now. I need a connector. But the reason why I wanted to speed or get these made is the fact that I would like to create, insert, create, insert, create, insert, create and export. Not count stacks. And need one of these. The import on this one, is it? Yes. Is just the dye seeds and that. All right. So once we get that set up, we can go in here, toss this in here, set the back to import, export, and yeah, it'll fill up. What we need from this guy is enough dye essence. Here, do we have a spot open on our wall of stuff? No. Okay, so enough dye essence to get some of these upgrades, the netherite upgrades for our hammers and stuff over there that we haven't really sped up. At functional. The only reason why we haven't needed to speed them up is, for the most part, when I record these episodes, normally, like this is running on the server, for the 𝐸𝑐𝐞𝐿, which you can find that information on the Discord. And what that allowed me to do is pretty much play it a little bit slower instead of absorbing all that time to do each of these things faster. But with us getting closer towards the end and me needing to record a lot more near the end of this series, a little bit of speed up won't hurt. So I need 3 of these netherite upgrades. You can only put 1 per machine, unlike the other upgrades, but you only need 1. Is this the end? And the one I want to do it in is this one, which is the sand. There we go. Really, it's not hurting our 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐌𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐨 at all. Yeah, it's really not hurting our 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐌𝐴. The issue is how fast this is. So let's see here. Down. We need to add a at laser. 4 of these card overclockers. And that should be... Alright, so that should be good. Put these 4 card overclockers in here. Raise it to that. Yeah, there we go. See, it all goes away. As fast as this is producing. Alright, our universal cables are keeping up. So that's all good. I wanted to speed that up. That's because J, I wanted to come down here where this is at. And we're going to take a cable off of this. Do, I think, exporters. I think I need a total of 3 of these exporters. Some acceleration cards as well. And what we'll do is we'll place the quantum entangloper here. We'll go to our private ones. And see here. Fluorite. We'll set that. I will set... Get this so that it's facing into that. So we'll need to press space and shift at the same time while looking at that side. and get some fluorite. Let's just put this up to something else. How about you? That should stop giving us that binder bound to unknown dimension. You know what? I don't get that one. All right, so we need fluorite here. And we're going to set this to export fluorite into this. Okay, we want to go into the site config items. We just want this to be an input. Nothing for fluids, nothing for gases. Give me a second to see what all we need to set up. Should not be too hard. If I set this acceleration here, that's as many acceleration cards as we can get into this. Of course, it's raining again. All right, so we come over here where this one is fluorite. Okay. So this should be getting stuff from the front, and this should be exporting stuff to this. But before that does, we have to pretty much go through all of these, make sure, you know, nothing is improperly connected. Something that I should have done between episodes, but didn't have time to. All right, input, output, eject. All right, so there we go. It is ejecting into that. So I need to do that to the few other, I think it's sulfur that I want to come in here. That's oxygen, sulfur, which is this setup here. I need to do it with sulfur. You know what? I think that's it. I think this is the only one that needs it, is the sulfur one. So let's do the sulfur line. Get this on here. Another quantum entangler. Private. Sulfur. Just plain sulfur. There we go. Set this. Go through here. Again, very annoying reset stuff. But always do this. Trust me on this. It really helps you out a lot. And so now we can go sulfur. Is it sulfur dust that turns into that? Sulfur. Sulfur trioxide. We need sulfur dioxide. Yes, sulfur dust. And I also noticed we're going to need crafting cards, because one of the things we're going to do with this is put this in here. We'll need a crafting card. There we go. Got to teach this how to make the sulfur dust. Very simple. Sulfur dust. There we go. We get this into here to the molecular chambers. Where is it? There it is. Get into the molecular chambers. We come into here. We look at this. Make sure that this is, you know what? Output, eject one. Is that one of those creepy sounds in this thing? I really like and dislike those creepy sounds. Okay, so yeah, we've got sulfur dust. All right, so we got those two done up out in the overworld. Give me a second to remember exactly the next step of this process. It should only take me a couple minutes. Okay, guys, I want to start getting this stuff powered up just so we can see the power progression. For this. I will be making a bunch of speed upgrades and energy upgrades for this. So that should be going into this is sulfur dioxide. So let's see here. Fluids, gases, you know what? I can't remember which it is. I think it's a gas that it's producing. So let's go to gases and click eject and okay, so maybe it's a fluid. It's saying gas, sulfur dioxide, so that is going into the sulfur dioxide one, yes. Maybe because it's not receiving power. So we'll start the power line for this on this one here. Okay, give me a moment to figure this one out, guys. I had issues with this in my previous set, and I can't remember what it was that I had to do. But give me a moment. You know what? I just went into this and I noticed the issue right away. Marked input. There we go. That's now getting the sulfur dioxide that it needs, and now it needs the oxygen. So we need a separator. Electrolytic separator. Yes, we did make a lot of these items. I think right there should be fine. And we will set the quantum for this on this side, private, set this to O2. We will say we'll clear this real quick. Including on the items. Gases, we want the output to this side, which should be the oxygen, to automatically come out. We're going to need water going into this. So let's go electrolytic separator. We need another quantum. We need 2 quantum entanglements here. Here, and this one's set to O2. And we'll set power along this line here. We'll set this to a private one. We'll call it water. Okay. It's going to be a fluid. It should be just fluids, but we're doing this for a reason. Set this to water. We'll say that it exports fluids output on that side with an eject on. Input, we'll say fluids come from that side. And the gases, the O2 goes to this side. All right, so now we can set this down, say, here. We'll get a quantum entanglementer here. We'll say this is connected to water. We will get a at integrated dynamics, okay. We need one of these cables. We need one of these cards. We need a need one of these fluid interfaces and a fluid exporter base. We'll set down the cable between these two guys. Fluid interface here. Fluid exporter here. We'll say export all fluids. We'll put this into here. We'll say that this exports, again, 999999999 until we can't enter any more 9s. Okay, so this will fill this up as fast as possible for any of the stuff that uses the water. Okay, so it is making oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, so the O2 should be going into this one. 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈Gs, it is a gas, so make sure that's set to export. And now we're getting sulfur trioxide, which is filling this guy up. Sulfur trioxide, again, is a gas. We want that. Which the sulfur trioxide will be going into this one and out of this one. Okay, so now we're filling that up with sulfur trioxide. This isn't getting enough water vapors. We might have... Oh, there's a reason why we need to dump the excess here. Now this needs water vapor on the front here. To make the water vapors, we need water vapor. Rotary condensator. Rotary condensator. All right. Not rotten flesh. One of these guys, a couple quantum blocks. This one will be water. And we'll just go down here to water. That 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈Gs will set this to input. 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 No, not on gases. On gases, this will be the output. All right. We want to toggle B cons. Fluids input on the right. Power. Do I need to switch sides for this? Maybe. Okay, so this is still set to water. Oh, no. I didn't need to switch sides. This is still the water one. If I configure this right... There we go. turning it into water vapor. We can set this one now to water vapor. Again, it is just go through these. You've got to make sure you got these all configured the right way. And we'll set the gases output right. We say this is private network. We'll say water vapor. There we go. See, that goes into here, which goes into here, which should not go into where we want it to. All right, guys, I'm gonna figure these for a little bit. Make sure we got these all correct. Okay, you're getting water vapor, which you're making sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is going in here, which it should be going into the next one. So let's see here. 𝐶config. Okay, items, no. Fluids, no. Gases, input. Correct on this side. Output, correct on that side. There we go. Okay, so this is turning this into the hydrofluoric acid. Okay. Which again is a gas. Want it set up like that. A lot of this is just after you get the initial setup. Hydrofluoric acid is a gas. It goes into this side. It gets ejected into here. So now we have the hydrofluoric acid. And the hydrofluoric acid combined with uranium oxide. Uranium oxide. Okay, which we don't have yet. Uranium oxide. It's another chemical oxidizer with yellow cake uranium. And that's made with uranium ingots in an enrichment chamber. Uranium. Okay, uranium ingots in an enrichment chamber. So what we need now is an enrichment chamber, uranium ingots, we need another one of those things set up out here on this side. Yeah, you too. Down here. We'll call it uranium. Uranium. Yeah, I don't have just pure uranium yet. All right. Exporter. We have speed. I should make a crafting cart because I have a feeling we're gonna make uranium seeds. I'll make uranium seeds between episodes and teach this system. items. So uranium in here, feed, export, side config, import on the back. Okay, good. All right. All right, so set down the enrichment chamber here. I'm thinking to myself, do I want to set this up so that we only need one enrichment chamber for this? And we'll just have to get a couple quantum interlopers. How about this? We'll come over here. We'll set this here. This. We'll say this is uranium. Side config will output to there. The rest of this stuff can be turned off. All right. I know this is a lot longer of an episode than you guys are used to lately, but, you know, it's worth it. I need a flux point. Just one. There we go. There we go. This is making the uranium into the yellow cake. So we can say this one is yellow cake. And I should be able to export into here. Right? Yeah. It exports into yellow cake. Yellow cake is then done in a chemical oxidizer. So we need a chemical oxidizer. We need two quantum interlopers. And we can set this guy up here. Side configs, the items will go into this one. Clear the rest of this stuff. And the reason why I'm clearing all of this stuff will become clear next episode as we speed this process up. Chemical oxidizer, so we want this to be the yellow cake. Okay, so it's getting the yellow cake uranium here. We need power down this way. And now we get uranium oxide. So this should go to the uranium oxide. And we can, yeah, it's automatically ejecting it into here, which is coming over to this one. Side configs will say, the reason why we keep doing this is each of these be copied. And we can just speed this all up. Site config. Okay, the items one is correct. This one is incorrect. We want this to be input 2. Okay. Which it's making the hexafluorite. And now we can say this one to be output, which it's putting it out here, which automatically is getting injected into here. It is... It is outputting fissile fuel, but it's not going into this block like it should be. So that might be an issue for future me to handle. Today, we just wanted to get this all set up so we could finish this up. You guys can see here, it is running out of some of these materials relatively quickly. So yeah, I will come back next episode. We will get this all finished up here. Well, we're finished up the basic processing of this. Next episode, we will be speeding up all of this stuff. I'm going to make speed upgrades and energy upgrades between episodes, and yeah, we'll get back to processing this a little bit more next episode. Until then, guys, later, Gators.